Good morning. I didn't even know when I came to the computer this morning, out of the meditation room and pondering in bed before I even went into the meditation room, what I was going to talk about today. Lots of things were going through my mind, and I decided when I came here that it was going to be uh, what I posted on Facebook yesterday, that was going to be my topic. And so the title today is 2012, Abe Lincoln Got It Right. It's the corporations. In November 1864, he wrote in a letter to Colonel William Elkins, "I see in the near future a crisis approaching that unnerves me and causes me to tremble for the safety of my country. Corporations have been enthroned, and an era of corruption in high places will follow. And the money power of the country will endeavor to prolong its reign by working upon the prejudices of the people until all wealth is aggregated in a few hands and the republic is destroyed." I know I have often said that the monetary system in our world is the root of all evil. Not the love of money as it says in the Bible, although you could certainly say it's the love of money that creates the economic system or the financial system. But underpinning the financial system is a system of corporations, multinational corporations, national corporations, corporations everywhere. And did you know that you are a corporation and I am a corporation in the eyes of the controllers, the earthly controllers of our world? Did you know that we are corporations? Indeed, we are. It's known as the straw man. I've talked about that before. I'm not going to focus a lot of attention on there, although understanding that and understanding the nature of the corporations and understanding the importance of being above the line. What does above the line mean? Above the line, when you're viewing the world from above the line, you're recognizing it the way it is. We, the people, must be above the line if we are going to facilitate changes on our planet. And above the line, we mean that there's a pyramid. There's a pyramid structure. And it's been inverted in our world, which is why the world is the way that it has been. The way that the pyramid is actually established cosmically is the creator is at the top of the pyramid. From the creator creates his children, if you will, or brings his children into existence, gives birth to them, to us. That's we, the people. We, the sentient beings of the cosmos. It's the creator, the children of the creator, and then everything that they create underneath that. So that when we, the people, create constitutions, as happened in our evolution in the 18th century, when we created the U.S. Constitution, which was an advanced visionary project. People say it was the corporation that did that. Well, that's looking in hindsight. The corporation really wasn't, it existed then, and they were trying to exert power, but for a while, up until Abraham Lincoln's era, the corporations hadn't yet taken full control of the republic. But he could see at the toward the end of the Civil War era that the corporations were positioning themselves to take total control, and it finally happened in 1871 that they took total control of the United States government, which then became no longer a republic, it became a corporation. And through the decades that followed and into the 20th century and throughout the 20th century, the corporation encroached into every level of human society until, indeed, all wealth and power was aggregated in the hands of a family, a small group of individuals, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the the Lohmans, the Morgans, I don't remember all the family names, but they created this beast on the planet that now, in the 21st century, people are beginning finally to awaken to. I mean, there were visionaries that saw it, as I said, way back in the 19th century when Abraham Lincoln wrote to Colonel Elkins. He saw it coming then and correctly prophesied what was going to happen. But throughout the 20th century, there were only a relative handful of individuals and no mass awakening of the dangers of this structure that was artificially imposed upon the world to control we the people, so that the pyramid literally became inverted with this elite group of people, of psychopaths, as Aristo pointed out in his commentaries on yesterday's video. I don't like calling them elite. They are psychopaths. And a psychopath is a person who has no ethical or moral scruples, will do anything for the sake of power, anything for the sake of wealth, anything for the sake of the illusion of being able to control the people, so that in their structure, they sit at the pinnacle. The creator is somewhere down at the bottom and doesn't matter to these people, and we the people are at the base. Now, when the people wake up and see that the creator intended for it to be the opposite, that we take dominion not over the earth so much as over the structures that, if you will, govern us on the earth. Governing is something that we the people create. And we have allowed our power and our knowledge to be usurped by the usurpers, by this clan of psychopaths that actually think it's okay to create war and all sorts of other ills and calamities upon the earth purely for the sake of making more money. And the corporations have it so that whatever happens, good or bad, they make money, because it's all a game of gambling. It's all a shell game, a card game. It's all a game of chance, but it's not chance because they create the conditions that make it so that they can profit no matter what happens. This is the world that we live in. It's the world that many of us are waking up to. And because we are finally waking up, we have the opportunity in 2012 to invert the pyramid and put it back aright the way that it's supposed to be, so that governments and corporations are created to serve the people, not to dominate and subject the people to the rule of insanity, to the rule of divide and conquer, to the rule of problem, reaction, solution, as David Icke pointed out. Now, one of my emails that came this morning, it's from Jeet Singh. It sounds like, I can't remember where he's from. It's certainly Hindu or Sikh name, as far as I know. But in any case, he wrote and ask, which I haven't answered him yet. Do you know what's going to happen December 21st, 2012? Is there fifth dimension New Age? I'm curious to know. Do you know if we will ascend by the end of the year? And Jeet, in answer to your question, no, I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I can sense that significant changes are already happening. And it is my sincere expectation and hope that by the end of this year, things will have shifted enough so that as we move into the following year, we will literally be living in a world where the pyramid has been inverted back again, so that the Creator is in more direct contact with humanity, and humanity will have awakened sufficiently to take control of these structures of government, take control of these constitutions in which rights are recognized again, and humans can once again exercise free speech and freedom of religion and freedom of choice and all of the other freedoms to travel and everything else that are natural, God-given, if you will, rights that have nothing to do with religion, have nothing to do with politics, have nothing to do with business, and yet have everything to do with what's happening in our lives. And so people will take their power back, and it is my expectation and hope that this will happen this year in 2012. I don't think that December 21st is going to be a significant day and people are going to be able to point to it and say, see, that's when all the changes happen. No, they're already happening. And is it going into a fifth dimensional reality? Well, my friend Jerry, who took me to the meeting last night again, he says, I don't believe in any of this fifth dimensional stuff. He says, I believe it's all here right now. And he's right. All of the dimensions are all here right now. The thing is, are we going to open our minds and our hearts and our consciousness to the point where we're going to be able to recognize these higher frequency thoughts and higher frequency feelings, and we're going to be able to tap into the higher energies to create a new awareness, and in creating a new awareness, we create a new paradigm. We create or modify structures so that they serve all of us instead of serving only a few people to the detriment of all the rest. This is what I see happening. And as far as ascension, I don't know that we're going to ascend and go anywhere else. We're still going to be here now. Wherever here now is, we're going to be here now. Because that's the nature of life. That's the nature of reality. It's always here now. Wherever here is, whenever now is, that's where we're going to be. And ascension to me, and fifth dimension to me, is just an opening up, an expansion of what we understand ourselves to be. We move out of darkness into light. We move out of ignorance into truth and knowledge. We develop greater wisdom. We develop greater compassion. We develop a totally different attitude. But we have to restructure the structures that have been usurped and abused and miscreated that we see in our world. It's not that there shouldn't be any government. It's that the government needs to exist to serve the people. It's that the corporations need to exist to serve the people. And this is what I see happening in 2012 as we proceed with this awakening. And I fully expect that there's going to be divine intervention, whatever form it takes, whether it's angelic or extraterrestrial revelations of actual materializations of these higher dimensional, higher frequency beings that were also that were all of a sudden, I should say, able to interact with on a more concrete and tangible and mindful level. But exactly how it's going to occur, I don't know. The Republic indeed has been destroyed. People's prejudices are now being totally exposed, and the world is waking up to the fact of our prejudices, and many people are letting go of those prejudices, which is a positive sign. Do the prejudices still exist? Absolutely they do. And the republic will be reborn. How it will be reborn, which people will be the players in it, I don't know. But the republic will be reborn, and it will be all over the entire planet. Because a republic is a form of government that has the pyramid correct. It's not controllers controlling the people. It's the people controlling the government through laws that are created, like the Constitution, that become the supreme law of the land and invert and restructure everything so that the corporations now serve humanity instead of dominating humanity. We need to turn governments back into something that just assures justice and peace. That's it. And the free flow of commerce, so that people have the right to contract freely with one another with no restrictions and no restraints placed, except you don't abuse the rights of others, that you tell the truth, that contracts are honest, that they are equal, and that everything is above the line. Everything is above board of higher consciousness, higher awareness. That's what's happening in 2012. And that's the changes that I see occurring, and hopefully by the end of this year, by the winter solstice, enough changes will have happened so that it will be obvious to virtually everyone on Earth that there has been a restructuring not as ordered by some New World Order elite, but a restructuring that comes down to us and works through us by the Creator who created us in the very beginning of time. That's all I'm going to say for today. I thank you for listening. I hope that something that I've said speaks to your heart. Thank you again. Namaste.